Due to the inaccuracies of the traditional chronology and multiple revisions, a number of Egyptian correlates of Moses have been put forwards by various people over the ages. Better understanding of the Egyptian chronology requires a reassessment of the archaeological evidence. Candidates that were identified according to dates alone that were a poor character profile match for Moses can now be excluded. And candidates that seem to match the character profile of Moses exactly, but were thought unlikely to be Moses based on the dates can now be reconsidered. Amenemhet IV of the 12th dynasty of Egypt is one such candidate that is a very good character profile match for Moses, but thought to be unlikely because the traditional Egyptian chronology dated his reign to be around 1798-1786 BC. In a revised Egyptian chronology, the dates of Amenemhet IV's co-regency are likely to be around 1495-1486 BC, making it highly likely that Amenemhet IV was Moses of the Bible. The Jews were enslaved during the 12th dynasty. Moses was born during the co-regency of Sesostris III and his son Amenemhet III towards the end of the 12th dynasty. He was raised in Pharaoh's own household by the princess Sobeknefru, the daughter of Amenemhet III, who was the son of Sesostris III. Moses was adopted by the pharaoh and was being groomed to be the next pharaoh after Amenemhet III. He may even have co-reigned with Amenemhet III for 9 years, under the name Amenemhet IV. When Amenemhet III died shortly after this, Sobeknefru had to become the queen. Sobeknefru only reigned for another 4 to 8 years, and then she died. When Sobeknefru died, the 12th dynasty ended. The Jews were in Egypt for 430 years by the time of the Exodus. The Jews had become so numerous by the start of the 12th dynasty that the Egyptians were beginning to feel threatened. Amenemhet IV, the first pharaoh of the 12th dynasty, was the vizier of Mentuhotep IV, the last pharaoh of the 11th dynasty, whom he may have assassinated. Amenemhet III reigned for 46 years, but had a 20-year co-regency with his father Sesostris III at the beginning of his reign. Moses was born early in the reign of Amenemhet III. It was Amenemhet III who tried to kill the male Israelite babies at birth. It was his daughter Sobekneferu who found Moses in a basket among the reeds of the Nile and adopted him and raised him as her own. Moses was groomed to be the next pharaoh Amenemhet IV, and may have even been co-regent with Amenemhet. Could Moses and Amenemhet IV have been the same person? The pharaoh of Moses had a daughter and no sons. Amenemhet III had a daughter, Sobekneferu, and no sons to inherit the throne and continue the dynasty. The pharaoh of Moses reigned for at least 40 years, as it was the same pharaoh from Moses' birth to his exile at 40 years. Amenemhet III reigned for 46 years. The pharaoh of Moses had a big need for mud bricks. Amenemhet III built 2 pyramids, Hawara and Dashur, and the labyrinth, Hawara, which were composed mainly of mud bricks. The pharaoh of Moses reigned towards the end of the Israelites' oppression. Book of the Ark of Bon, Oaspe 4:12. And Moses shall deliver the faithists of Egypt. And you shall also put this upon Moses and his people. He shall lead his people westward, and their heirs after them shall also go westward. Yes, westward until they circumscribe the earth. And wherever they go, they shall establish my name, Jehovah. They shall lead all people away from all gods, to believe in the Great Spirit, who I am. 26:4-13. And when they have carried my name to the west coast of Guatemala, North America, and established me, behold, I will bring the earth into Cosmon. Book of Lika, Oaspe, 15:13. Moses grew and became a